Hello, everybody. Welcome to the greatest podcast. I am going to stop saying what episode number this is because I lose track and then I'm just confused and then it doesn't make sense and then I add some other stuff and forget about it. There's no episode number. We're just going to keep rolling with it and just enjoy it. I'm maybe going to put the title of what we kind of talked about. That way you can narrow it down and figure out what you want to listen to. All right. So for this podcast episode, I want to talk to you about something that's super, super special to me and something that's kind of one of those things that are dear to my heart. And I had planned on talking about something completely different, but I had a dream last night and it got me thinking, and I said, you know what, that's what I need to talk about for this episode. So in my dream, I was at a store, maybe it was like a Walmart or a Target or something like that, and I was running around, and for some odd reason, they had decided to let everybody that was attending or being in the store at the time to get like these little laser guns, and we could play laser tag within the store, which is really awkward or whatever. It didn't make any sense, right? But I started going in there and I was shooting and I was trying to find my kids, and I'm shooting, and all of a sudden those guns turned into like water guns. And so we're shooting people with water and we're shooting water guns to everybody. And out of nowhere, here comes my middle son, Sebastian, and he comes over running and I start shooting at him, and he turns around, and as he turns around and I'm shooting him, it was like I had gone in a time machine, and he was maybe 2 or 3 years old. Like he was a baby again. He was one of those little baby toddlers, you know, like the Terrible Twos type. All chunky, and he was running around with his little big pants or whatever for the diaper, and he comes towards me and I give him a hug in my dream, and man, that was such a beautiful feeling. And what got me thinking, I actually woke up and feeling kind of emotional because it got me to thinking how time passes by and how many times we get so caught up in life and in what we have to do for our business or our job or meaningless, stupid stuff sometimes, and we lose track of those beautiful moments that once they're gone, they're gone. So this message is more directed towards parents, but for anybody that has or is in any sort of relationship. It could be with your own parents, it could be with your significant other. Very important that you spend quality time with these people and that you embrace the moment, and when you're in the moment, you're really focused deep into that particular situation or that conversation or whatever it is that you're doing, because it'll never happen again. Right now, my 3 boys, man, they're so grown up. Sebastian, the one that I'm talking about in this video, his voice has changed. It's like a man calling me dad. It's the weirdest thing ever. And seeing him as a baby again, it made me realize that when he was in those years of his life, I didn't take advantage as much as I should have. I was not there as much as I should have. And the reason why was because I was working super, super hard in the auto dealership. I worked countless hours. It was like 65, 70 hour weeks consistently, working weekends, missing out countless events. I don't regret doing it a whole lot because it allowed me to provide a very good life for my kids and allowed me to put food on the table and feel proud of myself for being able to be a provider and a protector to my kids. But at the same time, man, it hurts me to think back and realize, shit, I didn't see it. I wasn't there for my oldest and my second. I wasn't there when they gave their first steps. I wasn't there when they said their first few words. I just missed it. I was working. I was always doing something. Luckily for me, with the third one, something crazy happened. My third one was born in April of 2008. And that's when the economy had come to a halt and everything was going to shit. And I decided that I was going to spend a little bit more time with my kids while I figured out what the heck I was going to do with my life. I'm telling you, it was one of the best years of my life in terms of being able to connect with my boys. It was super cool. The very last check I got from the dealership that I was working at the time, I used it in its entirety to buy annual passes for Disneyland. I went out and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have a job. I don't know how I'm going to make ends meet. but God damn it, I'm gonna have a good time with my kiddos. I'm gonna spend quality time with them. And sure enough, I went and I bought annual passes, and we went a bunch of times together, and I spent quality time with them. But the coolest thing about it was that because my youngest had just been born, I actually did have the opportunity to see that stage of his life where he began to crawl, he began to walk, he said his first few words, and it was really, really beautiful. So the message that I want you guys to take from this is exactly what I mentioned in the beginning. Be very, very focused and diligent about protecting your time with your loved ones, because those moments will never ever come back again. Whether it's your parents, whether it's your significant other, your children primarily, because man, as they grow up, it's such a beautiful thing. And every stage of their life is an important one. Every part that they do, every little milestone that they achieve as they're growing up is so beautiful. But if you're so caught up in the meaningless, boring routine that we always get caught up in, you might miss it. So be very specific, make it a plan, set yourself straight, and make sure to bring that kind of value into your life, because once it's gone, it's gone. There are no time machines. There are no make updates. So anyways, I hope this message hit home for a lot of you. And if you're already doing this, if you're already spending quality time with your loved ones, good for you. But I know it's something that within our society, I think it's a big problem right now. And I hope that my message and my, I guess you can say, experience with this can really help you see how valuable this could be. Because I kid you not, when I felt in that dream, my baby boy, again, as a child, heck, I talk about it right now, I get kind of goosebumps and emotional. It felt so freaking incredible. And that will never happen again. Hopefully I get to dream of it again, because it was like I was there. And I really, really hope that you guys can experience something like that. And make sure that as you're in the moment, you experience it. Go hug your loved ones. Go tell them you love them. Be focused, pay attention, put the phone aside, be there for them, because it is so, so wonderful. I'm very guilty of sometimes being distracted. I'm going to make it a mission to be more involved and be 100% in the moment. I challenge you and I invite you to do the same and be there with your loved ones as much as possible. If you saw anything in this message or anything like that that was of value to you, and you think this message can hit home for somebody or really add value to somebody else's life, please go ahead and like it, share it, comment. I'd love to get your feedback on this. As I always say, I love feedback, both positive and negative, because it's what helps me grow and improve. So again, thank you very much for watching this or listening to it. If you're listening on a podcast, either way, please hit the subscribe button, hit the ratings on there so that we can expand and grow. Thank you so much for watching this or listening to it. I appreciate and love you all.